Hi, I'm CodePlayer. I'm going to be attempting to do a pickaxe only run of Valheim. Valheim is a Norse-themed survival sandbox game set in the realm of Valheim, a procedurally generated afterlife in which you and up to 9 friends set out to prove yourselves fit to enter the halls of Valhalla by destroying great evils in the land. So, what does a pickaxe only run consist of? Well, pickaxes. I'm going to try to kill all the bosses currently available without dealing damage to anything in the game, including trees and tamed animals, with anything other than a pickaxe. So, let's look at the rules I'm setting in place for myself and the concerns that may arise from this challenge. Please be aware, there will be some game spoilers that I cannot avoid mentioning while addressing the rules and concerns. If you are not concerned with spoilers, this shouldn't concern you. You can carry on watching. But if you've never played this game, I recommend you pause or just close out of this video. Enjoy the beauty that Valheim has to offer you, spoiler free, at least to the second boss, and then come back and watch the video. It's a lovely game both casually and for challenges. I don't want to rob anyone of the beauty of the first playthrough. With that out of the way, Rule 1, and let's get this out of the way now, because it's obvious. We can only use pickaxes. The only weapon we can make is a pickaxe. This includes unarmed, this includes axes for cutting down trees, none of it. Only pickaxes. Instead of covering what all we cannot use, let's just cover the items we can craft and use. We can craft all of the armor and equip it. We can craft the hammer, the hoe, and the cultivator. We can even craft shields. Lastly, we can craft torches. And, while we can equip it, we cannot swing it as a weapon. Following up from the last rule, you may be thinking 2 things. 1, you can't get a pickaxe without killing the first boss. So, how will you do that without weapons or unarmed use? Are you going to cheese the first boss? Which brings us to Rule 2. Rule 2. Cheesing is fine, but only when done with a pickaxe. This means no taming wolves or locks to fight on my behalf, no placing campfires around the area and luring mobs or bosses onto said campfires. The only exception to this is I can lure factional mobs into mobs of another faction, but bosses are friendly to all factions. So the potential to cheese the first boss is out the window. I do have a plan to work around how to get my first pickaxe without cheesing the first boss, and if you want to see how we go about that, make sure you join me on stream, or watch the VODs. And if you can't, I'll be uploading it to YouTube as well. The other concern you may have realized is shields? How? Pickaxes are two-handed weapons. You can't use them with a pickaxe. This is absolutely correct and a very valid concern. I will have to block, swap weapons to the pickaxe, then attack to properly use a shield. But what if I forget to switch weapons and end up punching? Or if I attack too quickly after blocking and cancel my weapon change and end up punching? Is that it? Do I cancel the run since I've used something other than a pickaxe? Is the run over? No. You will have to take me in good faith that I will try my hardest not to slip up and break the rules, but to help keep me honest, we have these. So, that's where Rule 3 will come in. Every time I level up a skill that isn't blocking, jump, pickaxes, riding, run, sneak, or swim, I will have to spin the dial on top of my tin and eat the corresponding pepper bean. So normally when I stream Valheim, I try to do a lot of the boring stuff off stream. This is things like organizing my chests and inventory, fueling all my fire and torches, and farming. But what if I accidentally punch a wall after burning through my cultivator durability, or what if I get raided and accidentally punch an enemy? You would never know if I kept true to Rule 3 and spun my wheel and ate my pepper bean. So that's where Rule 4 will come in. Rule 4. Everything has to be streamed. All the fun stuff, all the boring stuff. You guys gotta be along for the whole ride. When I'm spending 30 minutes figuring out if I should store all the meats in one box or all the boar drops in their own separate box from the deer drops, you guys will be there. To make up for this, I will be recording all my streams to YouTube and additionally making final cuts that only include the highlights of the streams, like the deaths, the boss fights, the milestones, and the pepper beans. That way, if you choose, you can watch this without having to trudge through all that boring stuff. So, how do we address deaths in this run? Well, we don't. This is absolutely not a deathless run. I expect to die a lot on this run. If we die, we address it the same way you would in a casual run, and we run back to the body and get the items back. There is good news though. Every time I die, my skills will decrease. And since skill levels get harder to increase as you level them up, this will effectively make sure that I never get to a skill level where I don't have to worry about accidentally punching things, which means more pepper beans. As we play and as I read the comments, I'm sure more concerns and rules will need to be addressed and established. If I have to create any additional rules, I will amend this video to include them. Concerns can simply be addressed on stream or in the comments. I will also be making highlight videos each time we defeat a boss, which will include the major obstacles I faced in that section, how we overcame them, and as already established, deaths, the boss fight, and the pepper beans. Because I will be posting this to YouTube, I will have chat displayed on screen while playing so that whenever I reply to chat, the context is included and you don't have to go guessing what I'm talking about. I ask that if you do partake in chat, you keep spoilers to a minimum so that we don't spoil this amazing game for any of the viewers. I hope to see you live over at twitch.tv/xcodeplayerx, which will be linked in the description below, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you.